recording. Bloop. So I'm gonna have to pick up where we left off because I forgot to record. So real quick, I just want to run through it. So this is a recap on what we were just doing a second ago. So stratified sampling is a little bit of everybody. So a little bit of the males, a little bit of the females, a little bit of Killeen, a little bit of Cove. Okay. Cluster is everyone from a single group. So everyone with a certain zip code, everyone with the last name starting with A or something like that. Systematic, the keyword is every kth or every like 10th, 100th, 5th, whatever that is. You just put a number there. There is this one question on the homework that's a little strange at the very end. They say a sample of 30, start at 17, but you count every 25th person. And so we start with the 17 and I add 25. And you can keep going, but to find that last number on the homework, there's a formula which I would use. And so this is like what I was using here for my one on the homework. So 17, here, I'll just retype it. This is all being recorded. 17 plus 25 times 30 minus 1. You take those same three numbers, you plug them in, there's your formula, you get the last question done. Convenience is easy picks. And so I was like standing outside Walmart, just asking for surveys, that kind of thing. And then we went through and did all this homework, and it was a great time. We had so much fun, and I'm sorry I didn't record it. Now we're back here. So here we go. Yes. Man, I feel bad about that. It's okay. It's okay. We got this. So we're going to talk about bias now, okay? And I already filled in some of the blanks, but we're going to go back and talk about it. So this is more of a definition thing. When it says sampling error, blah, 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 natural variation, we're just going to look for that as a definition. We've done that before. It'll be no problem, okay? Non-sampling error is when you're not getting everybody that you're wanting to, that kind of thing. So let's just keep cruising again. You'll see that in definition stuff. But when it's not representational of the population, it's called bias. So what would be some bias besides what you're seeing here that we can have, right? Couldn't I say, nah, I don't want to talk to that guy. I don't want to put him in my survey. And so then I just kind of talk to everybody else. Would that be bias, right? So I don't want that. Or I can say, well, you know, I could stand outside of a pizza place and say, hey, what kind of pizza you like, right? So that's kind of bias because you're that's that convenient stuff again, right? But now there's more specifics. And so these are more definition, and we're going to go through a lot of examples like this on the homework. So we got sampling bias means that you're not covering everybody. So remember that Killeen Cove that we were talking about? So if I didn't have enough people from Killeen, then they would be underrepresented. Does it make sense? So yes, Chad? Okay, cool, okay. Non-response, this is when people don't actually reply. So you're calling them, you got spam risk? Is that what you get, spam risk? What do you do? No, I ain't talking to you. But that was a survey though, guys. Not really, don't do it. But so you're not getting a lot of responses. And then there's the actual like response biases where you're not saying what you actually would say, I guess, or actually what's going on. Perfect example. Do you wash your hands when you come out of the bathroom? Oh, yes, of course. Yet it says only 70% of people do that. You see what I mean? But you're always going to say yes. So that's that response bias where you're thinking, oh, what am I supposed to be saying, rather than actually saying what you want. This order of the questions right here, I got to say on the homework, gets a little weird. I don't know if that's a true 100% statement. We're going to see that here, though, on the homework in a few minutes, okay? I think that's it for now. We're going to cruise on and do some of this. And again, you're going to help me. We're going to read it. You're going to tell me. So, yeah, start reading. You tell me in just a second. Because I don't need Desmos up anymore. You got something for me? What do you think? A, B, or C? You like B? B? Yeah? You like B? I like B too. That's actually what I got. So, why? What does it mean to have sampling bias in this case? Sure, sure, yes. Because right now we're only looking at the weekends, right? Weekend evenings only, instead of like a little bit of everybody. So if you go back to sampling bias, you're not covering everyone. You're not getting people in the mornings, right? You're not getting people in the weekdays. So yeah, that would be that's a correct statement, sampling bias. So what would be better to like redo this? What would be a good thing? Yeah, all throughout the day, exactly. That's the answer for sure. Yeah, definitely. Yep. You don't want to exclude somebody from it. Awesome. Does it have a part two? It has a part two, but here we go. Y'all read that. See which we get. So there's keys to this one. See how it says like that cluster stuff? Like that's a good thing. That makes me feel like, oh yeah, we're doing good stuff, right? Because we just talked about how that was a good thing. But what was the problem here? What's the bad thing here? Yeah, because you're asking the parents about this kind of thingy, right? So which one then would be, you say response? Yeah, because you're wanting to answer a certain way, right? That's what I have. That's what I have. So then what would you then say is a good way to stop that? Impartial? Yeah, that's correct. Yep, that's what my math lab has as well. So they have the impartial party kind of thing. That's your answer for the homework for sure. Yep. Cool. Cool. Let's do some more. Let's do some more. Here's another one. I mean, we're going to do this all over again in the homework, but I want to make sure we're okay with this. Let's see if I could just, can I do it just a little bit? No? Okay. What do you think this one is? Yeah, non-response. Because they sent it out to 1,000 people, and yet you only got 14. It's like nobody cares. Nobody's actually answering that. So what would be better then? And this is kind of weird. I'm going to tell you it's weird. Go ahead. Maybe I should do that. You can see it more. It is going to be D. I like D. I have a question mark on it. There's another one here. Maybe questionnaire greater number. No, no. Yeah, that's the best one here. Sometimes they have a thing here where you would give them prizes or something, and apparently that's okay sometimes. Just saying, it's kind of weird, but that's how the homework is going to be structured. You'll see some of those answers like that. I think I'll have like one more like this. So they're saying, does the order of the questions matter? And the two questions here, I'm just going to kind of like focus in on what we're looking at here. What's the most important problem in the nation? Or what kind of fruit do you like? It's kind of weird, isn't it, to ask those in the same survey? So is the way you ask them, is that important? I would normally say yes. I would normally say yes. I'm going to give you the My Math Lab answer. It's this one right here. It's a no. Yeah, that's your homework. So here's the thing. It does matter if they're both about the same topic. Okay, so if you're like, what's the important thing for your nation? Who did you vote for on this? And, what are your thoughts on this next bill of blah, blah, blah? You know what I mean? How it's all kind of like interrelated. And if you ask it differently, then it might change your thoughts. But apparently, according to the homework, if you're talking about fruit, it doesn't matter. Okay? So I just want to remind you that when you get to the homework, you would click no for this one simply because they're talking about fruit. Okay? It's an odd thing, I know. But I'm just telling you how the homework works, okay? So this is more of a talk about it, and then we're done. I'm going to go back to the homework here. But this is more of a talk about it kind of thing. So they're saying how you're wording it could be biased. It could be biased the way we're asking it. Okay. So here, I'm going to give you another example before we start doing this. Okay. I'm going to ask, who in here likes pizza? Who in here likes pizza? Okay, cool. Now, was that bias? Me just asking, do you like pizza? Okay, okay. How about this? How about this? How about this? Did you know that we have the Math and Engineering Club in this room right before this class on Tuesdays? Yeah, and we have pizzas. Come on, guys. Who in here likes pizza? Do you see how I'm leading you in? You get me? And I know I was putting in for the club there, of course. But it's still biased if I go and bring that up first. Okay, so here, let's go through this one. The number of deaths caused by texting and driving has increased dramatically in the recent years. Yeah, people are dying out there. Are you in favor of doing new laws against it? You get my one. Yeah, yeah. You're trying to get what you want out of it. Okay. Yeah, just because of no relation. It's really weird. As a human, I totally understand. I'm just trying to go with what the homework says on that one, personally. So then they're wanting to say, how can we reword this? You give me something. How would I reword this right here to make it not bias? There it is. Just remove the first one. I mean, let's actually the answer. You just literally just get rid of all this, and then are you in favor of this and that? And you can say yes or no. That's okay. Here's another one. How many times do you exercise in a week? Is that bias? Not really. Just, do you like pizza? How many times you exercise? Blah blah blah. There's no real anything here. So I'm going to say this is unbiased, unbiased, and here I'm going to say just remove the first sentence, and that's the best thing I can say for that one. Awesome. So what I want to do, because that's the end of that section in the workbook, I want to now go to the homework just like we did with the last one, and we're just going to cruise on through and see what we got there. Cool. I find it's important to do the homework here with you guys in this chapter 1 stuff for sure. Alert, alert. Yeah, okay. Can I get started again? Okay. So what does it mean for population to be underrepresented? And so in my mind, that's something like not everyone's getting a say in what's going on here. Which one would that be, though? You like B? It's the longest one. Yeah. And normally that works. I gotta say it's true. Yep. You like A? Let's try A. And it's okay to get it wrong. So let me read it now. It says underrepresented when it's smaller in a sample than the population. Okay. So proportionally smaller in a sample than in its population. Okay. So try again. Proportionally smaller in a sample than its population. And that's how the homework works right now. That's okay. It's almost advantageous. I mean, I'm being recorded. It's almost advantageous to get it wrong so you can see what they're wanting. That's okay right now. Later on, you might use that strategy a little bit to see what kind of like style they're looking for on the homework, because sometimes it's confusing. Like, what are you wanting from me? Cool? Keep cruising, keep cruising. So we got all these. I would say like direct reference to the workbook. And so I'm going to just side by side the workbook here, and we're going to just see how I'm going to get to these. So here's basically all the definitions. So occurs when techniques used to select this favor one over another. Favor one part over another. You seeing how to use the workbook now, right? Occurs when answers on a survey do not reflect true feelings. Do not reflect true feelings. Yep, yep. Results of the sample are not representative. Yeah, just bias right there, not representative. Yep, just plain bias. And so the last one's got to be the last one, right? Isn't that how that works? Cool. Cool? And that's why we got the workbook, because then you can go back and say, oh yeah, that's how we do this thing. Non-sampling and sampling errors. I think that's right here. So notice sampling error is natural variation. Maybe that's going to be a wording in there. Non-sampling will be under coverage, non-response. That's all this stuff down here, basically. So which one would make sense here? We have natural variation somewhere. D. So non-sampling error is all those things we just talked about. Sampling error, it results from a sample being used to estimate blah, 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 blah population. Something like that. Let's check it. Yep, there you go. Cool. This is an MATH class. I just want to remind you that. We will get to that very soon. I know it's been like a week and a half of basically no MATH, but we will get to that. It will be a thing. So we already talked about some of these. So yeah, here we go again. Manager shopping mall wishes to expand shops. Oh, the food court one. The food court one. Do you remember? Which one was this? B, non-response. Oh, I'm sorry, B, sampling bias, yeah. Yep, there you go, because we're not doing a little bit of everybody. Now notice, pause for a second. This is some technical things on the homework. So I hit submit, I got it right, we're good to go. And it's kind of like just stuck here. I have to hit continue in order to see part 2. And you can see that right here, it says part 1 of 2. So sometimes it's multi-part and it won't pop up. So now you can pop it up. Here we go. So what can we do about the food court? We just talked about that one. Yep, C, a little bit of everything, weekends, weekdays. Yep. So that was directly from the workbook, right? Sorry, missed it. All right, that's one. That's a new one. I'll let you read this one. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. What do you think? Response, like you wanna say good things, and yeah, you're gonna say things that you don't normally would feel actually. Okay. So then what could we do? Okay. Okay, that was perfect. Yeah, that was perfect. That was good. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna keep cruising then. Unless y'all got questions, you tell me. Okay, say hey Chad, and I'm like, hey what? We'll talk about it. Polling organization that have pets. Oh. Uh-oh. Let y'all read it for a second here. Yeah, you see it? Which one would this one be? Say it again. Non-response, because like out of 1,500, only 33 replied. It's like hardly anybody. So what should we do then? Face to face. Just get up in their face and start talking about pets. Boom. I don't know. We're just doing it. Keep cruising. Keep cruising. Oh man, there's a lot of these questions. So that's okay. That's what we're here for. You read it. Oh, this one's easy. Do you already see it at the end? Blah, 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 blah. This many selected, that many responded. What is it? Yet again, same thing. Same thing. Face to face. I don't think so. We're gonna see here like right now, but I have seen it where it's they have those incentives, I guess you can say, which I don't know if I agree with all that, but there's like, hey, you get a prize if you reply, so you can get more responses. Yeah, and somehow that's apparently okay sometimes. I don't know if I agree with that, but it's okay. I'm just doing the homework here. Okay. Okay. Which one would this be? So it's like it has the cluster, right? So I feel like that is a legitimate thing. And you sample all of them randomly, okay? But right here, you see this last bit right there? You see that? Right. Going back, it's like the parents going to say a certain thing. And so, what would be better in this case? We saw this already, the impartial party. So it's the same as what we just had on the workbook. So replace owner with parent. And it's the same problem essentially. Cool. Good with this? All right. Cool. I don't know about y'all. I want to get to some MATH in this class. Okay. It'll be fun. I've been doing a whole lot of that. I've been like working ahead, and it's great stuff. Just right now we're doing definitions. Oh, we got some fruit. We got fruit. Oh man, is it okay to talk about fruit and reorder it? So, yeah, they're asking, will the order of the questions affect it? I'm going to say no because you're talking about fruit. It's like literally all about fruit. We just talked about this one. Keep cruising. Keep cruising. I'm hoping that some of y'all are reading this. Yes, Chad. I am recording. I am recording now. Finally. So of course you need like 2 times speed on YouTube, you know. It's okay. It's okay. Which one is it? What do you think? You like C? Let's try it. Okay, that works. So it says that new feelings on a stamp. If they're not home, you can call back later another time. That's that callback stuff, right? Just call them back later. That way, there might be at work, might be at school. Call back later, or they just don't want to reply. Okay. Another one. We're getting through this together, guys. What does that rotated mean? Why is it important to rotate 2 choices? I think they're asking like the 2 questions or something, or 2 different ways of saying it. So why is it important to rotate 2 choices here? Just take a guess. Yeah, because I'm either going to be I want to reply a certain way. So in order to kind of like get both sides, I just change it up, I guess. You change up the way the wording is, but still have the same bulk, the same material. Okay. Oh, simple random sample must be good, right? Okay. So they're asking about a survey about a new movie. Simple random sample sounds awesome, but then it goes to caller ID. What should we do? Is this good or not? I don't know either. Pick something. C, let's try it. Cool. It's the longest one. Good default. And again, this is just homework. Is this exact question going to be on your exam? Probably not. By the time we get there, we're going to talk about it again. We'll review. I'm going to make sure we cover what questions will be there. But as of now, do what you got to do. That's how I get a 100 at least. Okay, so the non-response, again, is saying they're not replying. 1,000 people you asked, 20 replied back. So how do you fix that? And this is one of the options. I'm telling you, that's what something is. Oh, callbacks, we were talking about that earlier. That's it? You like it that we're done here? Okay, that was it. That was it. So I told you ahead of time, right? I said, hey, this incentives thing, I don't think I agree with it personally, but could it improve people replying? I guess. Hey, if you do my survey, I'll give you $10. All right. Now, is that now becoming more convenience? You know what I mean? Is that a good thing? I don't know. Okay. Oh, we were just talking about this. Look at that. I'm going to let you read. You tell me in a minute. Give me some thoughts. What do you think? You like D? Hmm. I'm thinking A. I'm thinking A. And let's just talk about it. So, advantage wise, yeah, they feel obligated to go and do it. Hey, I'm giving you $10. Now I want you to take my survey. You're like, I guess I gotta. And remember, it says the advantage. Yeah. So, disadvantage would then be they do that. Well, monopoly money. Yeah. I didn't say what kind. Which one? What do you think? B? It's the longest one. I like it. Um, yep. So, possible disadvantage, increase the responses that are interested in rewards. So, I know this might not, be a thing, but like you say, hey, here's $10 to do a survey, and you got someone like Bill Gates walking around, and he's like, I don't want $10. He's not going to take your survey. You get me? I don't think Bill Gates is walking around Walmart, but whatever. All right, last one. This is the last one. We're really close. I think after this we're going to be done for the day. Is that cool? I mean, that's a whole like 13 minutes early. I don't know if we can do that. So a survey mailed to residents in a town has a response of less than 2%. Non-response, not enough people talking there. Survey pertains to feelings about federal income, does not do blah 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 blah. What do you think? Yeah, response. You're gonna answer a certain way. Yeah. College students in which they were to disclose how many hours they study. I think response. You're gonna say, "Oh, I study all the time. I study all the time, bro. That's what I do." All right. Survey about tax revenue, blah blah blah, fraudulent something or others. Let's try it. I'm gonna try this one as this guy just because it's the other one, the non-response. Oh, I was wrong. Yeah, okay. So pertains to federal. This does not. Oh! I didn't read it. Yeah. So you're not talking to some people. That's bad. You need to talk to everybody, even Bill Gates. Okay. And then this one here was about. Oh, we were right the first time. I think about that one. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, now you know. Any questions on what's going on here? Okay. So I guess I'll see y'all on Thursday. There it is. Thank you, guys. See y'all later. I'm not leaving. I'm here for you.